Okay, so is Darryn Peterson the next Kobe? This is a question that a couple of YouTube channels have been talking about, and I really want to talk about it today. Obviously, the biggest thing is Kobe Bryant had a really big back-to-the-basket style game, while Darryn Peterson is more of a face-up guy who is going to be able to attack the rim, but he just does it in a different way. But he's got the same mindset, and that is what makes him special. Now, if you want to be able to jump higher, make sure to go check out the vertical jump training book that is down in the description below. Now, I'm not going to be only talking about what he does well. I am also going to be talking about some of the things that he needs to improve on. Now, when Darryn Peterson comes off of this pass and some kind of a screen because it wasn't exactly set, when he attacks downhill, he does a lot of things really well. There's a few things that he missed, but the drive here is actually very good. So the first thing that he does is he digs his shoulder in and he's able to get his shoulders lower than the defenders. That's not that hard. The defender's pretty well standing up and much taller than Darryn Peterson. See, when you are in this situation, you need to be able to turn the corner as fast as possible. If you're able to do that, you are going to be able to get yourself to the rim. However, now he has put himself in essentially a 3-on-2 situation. There's himself, he's gotten past his defender, so he is one man. This is another teammate as well as here. These are the only two defenders that really count. The reason why I say this, and obviously his teammate should lift just a bit to the elbow or to the free throw line just to make it a more of a option for the pass. At this point, he is cutting down, probably not the greatest of decisions. He should have lifted. If this teammate lifted, that would have given the option for the corner pass a lot better. Or the corner cutting to the rim if this guy moved off ball instead of just standing there. Now, there's one channel that said that the corner pass was the best pass available and should have happened instead of going for the layup the dunk that we can see right here. There's a reason why I would not be passing to this guy over in the corner. While this is probably the best option because you are going up for a slightly contested dunk, he's not ready. His hands are not ready. He's standing straight up. If somebody passes to this man, will he be able to get a shot off in time? Or is he going to kick this ball here? He's going to recover because this man is not ready to shoot. And he's going to look to make the extra pass up top for number 10. However, number 10 is moving this way. This was actually the best decision, while this would have been a good secondary decision if this man was actually ready to catch the ball and shoot. However, Darryn Peterson was able to get to the rim. He finished strong, and anytime that you attack the rim, you have to finish strong. That doesn't always mean dunk, but finish with two hands, one hand high off glass, something. You're in control of your body, or you can dunk. So while this may have looked like a Kobe Bryant style takeover where it's just, I want the ball, I'm going to score, I'm going to get my team a basket, there's some good reasons why that was probably the best decision that he could have made. Now, at this point, he's getting a couple of screens. He gets a screen one way, he's going back the other way, he's getting another screen. Here, he denies the screen, and the reason why he denies the screen is because this defender starts to rise up around the screen. Screen kind of starts walking away in a way. So, Darryn Peterson attacks the basket. When he attacks the basket, he takes very few dribbles, 3 dribbles total, and he gets into about that 10-foot area. He's on 2 feet. And in my opinion, he should have probably, if he wanted to be more Kobe Bryant, like maybe one more dribble out to the side, more of a side step, and he would have had an open jump shot. However, instead, he kicks the ball, he gets into the air, and usually most coaches will say, do not jump and pass. Well, in this case, it's actually a smart idea because he can get that pass over top of his defenders. And that's exactly what he does here for the assist. His teammate hits the 3. Now, the thing with basketball is I can sit here and I can nitpick about everything that he does. I can say he got to 10 feet, he should have done a side step for a shot. Should have done a side step, pull that defender out, kick down for the pass. Or he should have just went up for the floater. Or he should have stayed on 2 feet and kicked it out here. Or maybe he should have stayed on 2 feet, shot fake, and then bounced past to here. There's so many different options in basketball. And when you are in this situation, you should be able to pick the right decision for your circumstance. And in my opinion, that jumping kick-out pass was probably the best option because look at all 4 players who are here clogging up the key, wide open and 3-point shot opportunity, and it was able to be made. Now, I really like this quick hezzy right there. Hezzy in and out dribble, fantastic. This is what gets defenders to stand up. Coming off of a screen, in and out hezzy, 2 big steps to the rim, dunk. I also want to point this out. In and out hezzy, how many dribbles does he take to get from here to here? 0. How many steps did he take? 1, 2, 3. However, these are not travels. If we slow it down just a little bit, hands still on top of the ball, he can still dribble. Hands on the side of the ball, technically he can still dribble. At this point, he gathers. He gathers on his right. That is now his pivot foot. He takes 1 big step. This is very important. A lot of people will tell you to take fast steps, but not big steps to the basket. Some trainers, some coaches will say you need to take small steps so that you can change your ability to get different directions like Euro steps. However, you can still do Euro steps with big long steps. And this will allow you to cover more ground a lot faster so that you can get to the rim. And he's able to finish with 1-hand dunk. Big steps is something that I stole from Kobe myself and something that I teach a lot of my players because by taking big steps to get to the rim, you are going to be a much faster basketball player. And this is another reason why some people may look at Darryn Peterson and say, well, he is Kobe Bryant. Look at this. Size up move. Through the legs. He's standing up at this point. Now he's getting a little bit lower. Hand up because he wants to take away the shot of Darryn Peterson. Now Darryn Peterson gets low. Still slow. I got it in slow motion, but still not fast. We're changing speeds. We're going slow, high. Now we're getting low. Hop. Now he has his defender on his heels. That quick hop right here. That hop sets up everything because now he attacks that top foot and he turns the hips. Now the hips are no longer facing Darryn Peterson. When he attacks that side, he spins off because now those shoulders are facing that sideline. Now he's spinning off and attacking back down middle. Middle is the dead spot. You do not want the offensive player going down the middle of the court. And that's exactly what happens right here. He then goes up with a 2-hand floater style finish. It's just because he's so strong that defenders are having difficult times trying to guard him. Now, he's got some pretty good defense. Right now, he's using his chest. Obviously, this offensive player is trying to get his shoulder into Darryn Peterson. However, one thing that Kobe Bryant used to do with his defense was use his chest. And then, by using your chest, you are allowing now your arm to not make contact with that offensive player. Now, the reason why I say that is because by getting close and then being able to poke that ball, there is no body contact, and the chest is over top of the feet, and both feet are basically on the ground, which means that there is no foul here. While he is reaching, he's only trying to tip the ball so that it makes it difficult for that offensive player to do practically anything to try to score. Just by tipping it, it allows his teammate to be able to get that ball and, of course, go in for that finish at the rim, sort of. But at least Darryn Peterson was able to cover that. So if you want to be able to jump higher and not do what Darryn Peterson's teammate just did in that clip, and you want to jump higher and dunk, make sure to go check out the vertical jump training book that is down in the description below so that you can jump higher. I'll see you guys again in my next video. Hit that like button and subscribe.